Hello and welcome to Raju Notes channel, your pit stop for weekly current affairs updates. The updates tailor-made for students taking all kinds of competitive exams like UPSC, civils, defense and placement interviews. Please subscribe to the channel and stay updated every Sunday. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Sunday dedicated to the nation the longest railway platform in the world at Sri Siddharudha Swamiji Hubbali station in Karnataka. The 1,507 meter long platform has been built at a cost of about rupees 20 crores, a press release by the PMO said. The record has been recognized by the Guinness Book of World Record, the PMO added. In 95th Academy Award ceremony, India's Natu Natu song from the S.S. Rajamouli's film RRR and short film The Elephant Whisperers today made a history by becoming the first Indian film to win an Oscar for the Best Original Song and a documentary short film. The Elephant Whisperers for its story of a baby elephant Raghu and his caretakers Bommanna and Belly, which he said depicts love and coexistence in harmony with nature. The composer of the song, M. Keeravani, along with lyricist Chandra Bose, collected the award for his song Natu Natu. Notably, in 2008, song Jai Ho, composed by A.R. Rahman and penned by Gulzar from the British film Slumdog Millionaire, also won the prize. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman has said e-rupee worth rupees 130 crores is in circulation on a pilot basis as of Friday 28. She added that 9 banks, including the State Bank of India and Kotak Mahindra Bank, have been participating in the digital rupee wholesale pilot. The RBI launched the pilot of digital rupee in the wholesale segment in November last year. Indian government has asked banks and traders to avoid using Chinese yuan to pay for Russian imports. Reuters cited government officials involved in policy making and banking sources are saying India would prefer the use of UAE's dirhams to settle the trade, the government official added. One official said India cannot allow settlement in yuan till the relations between the two countries improve. The leaders of US, Australia and UK on Monday announced that Australia will purchase nuclear power attack submarines from the US amid growing concerns about China's influence in Indo-Pacific. Under the AUKUS agreement, Australia can buy up to 5 nuclear-powered submarines from US. The allies will also work together to create a new fleet using cutting-edge technology. Defense Research and Development Organization DRDO has successfully conducted a maiden flight test of power takeoff PTO shaft on light combat aircraft LCA Tejas, limited series production, that is LSP-3 aircraft in Bengaluru. The PTO shaft is indigenously designed and developed by the Combat Vehicle Research and Development Establishment CVRDE. The PTO shaft was designed with a unique, innovative, patented frequency spanning technique, which enables it to negotiate different operating engine speeds. The lightweight, high-speed, lubrication-free PTO shaft transmit higher power between the aircraft engine gearbox and the aircraft-mounted assembly gearbox, while accommodating misalignments that arise in the driveline. The United States has recognized the McMahon Line as the international boundary between China and India in a bipartisan Senate resolution. This bipartisan resolution expresses the Senate's support for unequivocal recognition of the state of Arunachal Pradesh as integral part of India, condemning China's military aggression to change the status quo of line of actual control. Senator Bill Hagerty said, "This has not gone well with China." Pakistan's Defense Ministry has informed the country's election commission that the army will not be available for election duty due to the current situation, stating that armed forces' priority is to defend borders. The ministry's remarks come ahead of the provincial polls in Punjab and Khyber Pakhtunkhwa that are slated to be held later this year. The Bar Council of India (BCI) has opened law practice in India to foreign lawyers and law firms. A foreign lawyer registered under the rule shall be entitled to practice in law in India in non litigious matters only, a notification said. The foreign lawyers or law firms shall not be permitted to appear before the courts, tribunals, or other statutory or regulatory authorities. Anthropic, a startup founded by former OpenAI executives and backed by Google, has launched an rival AI chatbot called as Claude that competes with OpenAI's ChatGPT. Claude can perform several tasks, including answering queries and writing codes based on the text prompts. Claude is much less likely to produce harmful outputs, easier to converse, and with more steerable, Anthropic stated. Israel's health ministry has confirmed an unidentified COVID 19 variant in two people. According to local media, the variant is a combination of BA.1 Omicron and BA.2 variants. The health ministry said that the patients who underwent RT-PCR test upon landing at Ben Gurion International Airport had developed symptoms like fever, headache, and muscle ache. Poland on Thursday said that it will send about a dozen of MiG-29 fighter jets to Ukraine, which would make it the first NATO country to send planes since Russia invaded last year. Poland will hand over the four of the Soviet-made warplanes within the next few days, Polish President Andrzej Duda said, adding that the rest needed services and servicing would be sent later. Recently, we also heard a MiG-29 downing a MQ Reaper of the US. The International Monetary Fund has laid down 5 conditions for Pakistan after yet another round of talks between the two for staff-level agreements remaining unconclusive. They are abandoning of long-range nuclear missile program, cutting off 15% in defense budget, third-party audit of Chinese loans and CPEC investments, bridging financial gaps from friendly countries, and assurance of political stability from opposition leaders. All of this, as present, seems to be very unlikely. In France, police clashed with protesters yesterday after President Emmanuel Macron decided to force through his controversial pension reform without calling a vote in France's lower house of parliament. Thousands of people protested the move on the streets of Paris and other French cities. In Paris, police used tear gas and water cannon to clear protesters who demonstrated outside of parliament. President Emmanuel Macron used a constitutional power enabling the government to bypass lawmakers. The decision was made just a few minutes before the vote was scheduled. NASA has unveiled the first prototype of spacesuit specially made for astronauts expected to explore the moon in the next few years. It provides greater range of motion and variability in size and is said to be a better fit for female space travelers. The bulky spacesuits currently worn by US space travelers haven't been fully redesigned since 1981.
And now for the segment where we see the events that unfolded this week back in history.
12th March 1947, Truman Doctrine pronounced. On this day in 1947, US President Harry S. Truman articulated what became to known as the Truman Doctrine when he asked Congress to appropriate aid for Greece and Turkey, both of which were facing communist threats. 13th March 1781, the planet Uranus discovered. English astronomer William Herschel observed this day in 1781 the seventh planet from the Sun, Uranus, first described by him as a curious, either nebulous star or perhaps a comet, and named for the father of god Saturn. 14th of March 2004, re-election of Vladimir Putin. Vladimir Putin, the intelligence officer and the politician who became president of Russia in 1999 upon the resignation of Boris Yeltsin, was overwhelmingly re-elected to a second term of president this year in 2004. 15th March 44 BCE, Julius Caesar assassinated on the Ides of March. In 44 BCE, Roman dictator Julius Caesar was launching a series of political and social reforms when he was assassinated this day. The Ides of March by the group of nobles, among whom the Caesarus and Brutus. 16th of March 1968, My Lai Massacre. On this day in 1968, during the Vietnam War, US soldiers dispatched on a search and a destroy mission killed as many as 500 unarmed villagers in the hamlet of My Lai, considered a stronghold of Viet Cong. 17th of March 1992, Vote to End Apartheid. On this day in 1992, nearly 69% of white South African voters backed F.W. de Klerk reforms, which included the repeal of radically discriminatory laws and effectively endorsed the dismantling of apartheid. 18th of March 2000, Election of Chin Shu-ben. On this day in 2000, Chen Shu-ben, a leader of the pro-independence movement that sought statehood from the Republic of China, Taiwan, was elected as a president of Taiwan, breaking the Nationalist Party's 55-year rule.
Well, that's all, friends, for this week's updates. See you soon next Sunday on the same channel. Till then, take care. Bye bye.